Palo Santo Marone's a brown ale, and it's fermented in Palo Santo Marone wood barrels. These huge barrels that are made of Palo Santo Marone. So you get a nice woody character to it. It's fantastic beer. And then keeping on with that, the Dogfish Head Midas Touch I brought for you.
Thanks. This says with barley, honey, white muscat grapes, and saffron.
Yeah, that
sounds awesome.
It's got a nice sweet backbone, but it's got some good bitterness to it, and it's an ancient ale. It was actually Sam does a whole bunch of ales that are based off of recipes from thousands of years ago, and this is one of them. So
that's so cool.
Yeah. So
do we have a bottle opener?
I know. I'm like, where are my car keys?
I left my house keys at home. My house keys have a bottle opener on them.
My house keys also do. They're upstairs.
I have a bottle opener on my.
There's got to be a bottle opener.
I walked out of the house without my house keys. Can't believe it.
Okay.
How does that? How? They're not attached to your car keys?
No.
Well, I'm on the loud end.
Because we have two cars and I'm always switching, so it would be a pain.
And sometimes if you like,
I'd have to have these two
running or
huge.
something.
You know how car keys are huge now because they have little buttons.
Yeah.
I'd have to have two of those huge ones on the chain, and it's just too much. Or if I'm just walking to the store, I don't want to be carrying around those huge. Car keys are like this big these days.
I know. You
I
have
agree.
everything on there.
They are big.
So you can use this glass if you want, Sarah. That'll be a good glass for that. And
okay. They have elephants all over this glass. I love it.
Yeah, Delirium Tremens. It's a Belgian beer. Very delicious. But the pink elephants is their kind of their logo. So
I like any brewery that has a pink elephant for a logo. It's just good stuff.
Absolutely.
And for our CEO, Lisa, who is a tequila fan, you brought Eric.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got a box full of tequila.
Anytime I go to San Francisco,
we actually have the two skull heads sitting here on. That's Leo's vodka, actually.
Right, the Crystal Head vodka.
But then we have a skull of tequila here.
It's beautiful.
They will do battle later during the show.
Spiderwebs.
Don't you dare break that. We're all dead. We're all fired.
Is it that special to him?
Well, he hasn't opened it, and it's signed on the back.
Yeah,
and everything. I'm just.
Did Dan Aykroyd give that to him personally, or did he just go and pick that up? Because I think
I don't know
they're
if he
all
shipped
signed.
it.
Oh, it's signed by Dan Aykroyd?
Yeah.
I only got like half of
Who's that?
why this is cool.
I watched Leo come back and go, "Oh, you could have totally drank it. I don't care."
You never know, though.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to err on the.
You always
and
allow
be
the owner of the
wrong.
bottle to open the bottle, and then once it's open, it's fair game.
Yeah.
So. All right.
And you did you talk to our CEO, Lisa?
Yeah.
Because she's a tequila.
Oh, we
huge.
totally have
Yeah,
like
okay.
a powwow right now before
Good.
we went to go get the bottle opener. She's like, yeah, just I'm down for a margarita.
The tequila my way.
You know.
Keep her happy. She signs the checks.
Done.
All right. And
So what do we got coming up? We got Verizon getting all Amazon. We got cut and paste coming to Windows Phone 7, sort of.
will we be talking more than just about beer today?
Hey.
What was that noise?
Oh, I was just testing the audio so
Eric,
that
can you grab
I know
can you grab
Eric
from
can.
Jason?
With your favorite song?
With my favorite Verizon commercial.
Oh, that was the Verizon commercial. Yeah. Okay.
This feels right.
This does. This is how you do a podcast.
Thank you, man. Wow. Ooh. Pliny.
You guys are all fancy though. Do you guys still consider this podcasting, or is this now netcasting, or how do you?
Netcast you love.
By people you trust.
Yeah.
This is
Twit.
Twit.
She's like, we are neither of those things. We are Twit.
Bandwidth for This Week in Tech is provided by...
I do find that if I try to explain, you meet somebody at a party, it's like, what do you do for a living? Well, I do internet video. And they go, what? It's like, no.
Not in the valley.
Right.
Not the money-making kind.
But I do find that anyone who at least is familiar with podcasting responds to the word podcast more than they do netcast.
Yeah, or a show on the internet. I do a video show on the internet is what I'll tell people that absolutely don't know what podcast is.
I do that too. I do a video show on the internet.
Yeah, because I've tried to tell like we don't have a beer blog. We
Although
have a
most
show.
people, well, most people listen to the audio, numbers-wise, except for iPad Today.
That's
I
true.
say internet TV on demand.
There you go. I think the audio is easier to get people to like video's kind of a commitment.
Video, you're all in.
You can't be white noise with video.
Audio can be background. As much as you hope it doesn't end up being background,
Exactly.
it can be.
That's good.
That's okay. I consider this a video show.
I subscribe to the video versions of Tech News Today, but sometimes I do minimize it when I need the real estate.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
even though most people get this through audio, I consider it a video show. Just maybe that's just because I'm doing all the video stuff as well as the audio stuff. But I don't know.
I just saw. There we go.
What's New Brew Thursday's Twitter handle?
at New Brew Thursday, one word.
Actually, it's a good question. On your lower third, do you want newbrewthursday.com or do you want a different website or your Twitter handle?
NewBrewThursday.com is fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I figured.
I've got the Midas touch.
Bandwidth for This Week in Tech is provided by Midas.
And his touch.
Not Midol.
Oh my
My
gosh,
Midol.
this smells really good.
Yeah, that's an amazing
Pretty soon.
beer.
You know, I did have ads
So
for the Hartford one
excited.
time.
So.
This is so fun.
What do you guys normally drink on Liquid Fridays?
I've been
mix it
bringing
up.
in like Racer 5 and Longboard Ale and
You've had a couple of Guinness to yourself that you haven't shared with anyone else.
I poured
Oh,
you a
called out.
Guinness one week.
Out.
Didn't I?
No.
That was last week that
No,
I
it was
brought one Guinness.
What you're
and I-
remembering it in a fuzzy way. What happened was you poured yourself a Guinness, and I said, "What? You don't think I like Guinness?" And you went, "Oh, I should have asked." So that's what happened.
And then he quickly changed the subject.
Because I only brought one Guinness. That's why. Of course, I'm going to drink it myself.
Right. And I was just.
I did
giving
bring.
you a hard
Oh, I
time.
know you. I brought Guinness one week and I had two, and you drank one.
Yeah. Wait, is that
What
is that bad?
this?
What do you think it is?
I don't know.
It's Midas touch. You'll know it when it gets to the chorus.
That's excellent.
Oh my gosh! You've just restored my faith in children of the '80s.
Wow.
Excellent.
I bet they're not having this much fun over on the Engadget podcast.
Lighten up, Engadget.
The video is pretty awesome, actually. Oh, I'm going full screen on it, so hold on. Back up. Oh.
So yeah, so I mean, basically, I go buy a 6-pack of something, and I have brought in a few Newcastles and Guinnesses that
That's
are
all we
just
need
like
to
in the fridge.
What's wrong with
Right.
spirits?
Huh?
What's wrong with spirits? Like tequila.
Well, it is Liquid Friday. You can have whatever you want.
But I think beer is easier to drink over a period of time. I mean, if you're just sitting there drinking shots of tequila during the show, then Friday's show is going to get pretty crazy.
One week I had water.
Right.
I mean,
So, yeah.
Thankfully, the last
sick.
thing we do
Liquid.
is read emails.
Liquid is
It's
liquid.
not like deep tech discussion. So if we're drunk by the end, it's not that big a
Right.
deal, right? You just read.
You just make fun
the
of
outro
someone's
might be a little-
well-crafted email they sent in.
I'm not sure what Leo thinks of Liquid Friday because he came in last Friday and he's like, "Oh, you guys are having beer?" And Sarah's like, "It's Liquid Friday." He's like, "Oh, Liquid Friday." He
Because I never got that memo.
He just left.
I'm sure.
didn't seem like
I'm sure he's fine with
disapproving.
it because
It just
remember,
seemed he just looked confused.
I think Twit had decided after a few weeks of the wine tasting before the show that it was probably not the best thing for the show in
Yes.
the long run. But I.
But
think
how many
that-
how many triangulations have I had wine for? I mean, it's not like he's got a prohibition on it.
No.
I'm not going to get you all fired, am I? I would really feel bad.
It's the end of our careers. I
Exactly.
hope you have room for 2 more hosts on New Brew Thursday soon.
Anytime. Of course, we don't make any money at all. So,
All right.
speaking of triangulation, I happened to stumble across that on iTunes.
Oh yeah, we just launched
That's that's the show that's gotten absolutely no advertising whatsoever. At least not in my vision on Twitter.
Yeah,
It's
we
really cool.
just
I
we're
like
sort of
it.
soft launching it.
Okay.
Because we recorded a bunch without putting them out because we wanted to kind of feel it out, and then response was great. So we turned it into a podcast, and now we're starting to put the ones we've recorded. We have like 12 episodes in,
Oh, wow.
and sprinkling them out, and then I think once we get it going, then we'll really push it.
Oh, right on. Yeah, because it's already up. It's climbing the ranks of iTunes right now.
Twit.tv/TRI.
TRI.
White House email outage. I don't know if that's really. I mean, I appreciate that. sending that along, but
Cyber attack. Cyber warfare.
yeah, we could bring it up as part of that. That's true. Why not?
If it's really down, I mean, is it still down?
Updated 4:07 p.m. Eastern, so don't know.
I got the Midas touch.
Everything I touch to go.
It's just like watching two drunk guys.
Yeah, it is.
No thanks.
All right, I'm
None
ready.
taken.
How are y'all's?
I apparently have a large bump on the back of my head. I'm gonna have that looked at.
Really?
You know what?
Around
It's
there
because
somewhere.
it's because you have a large light behind you,
Yeah,
and
it's
above
accentuating
you.
all the wonderful parts
The
of my head.
shadows, the shadows are
Dear
accentuated.
chat room, back off.
There is no good single camera in this place that catches everything.
That's all right. I mean, I'm a beautiful man. I have to, toss that out there. So I figure.
You're good enough. You're smart enough.
Gosh,
and darn it, people like me. So
People like the back of your head.
right. If I was worried about what I looked like, I'd be on, Biggest Loser or something, which I'm not. So I drink beer for a living.
Totally insure your bump for $10.
Dr. Mom says they're normal. You just don't see them. You just normally don't see them, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
That's a
Normally,
she's a doctor.
normally you have hair. Yeah, normally you have hair. So it's like,
Thank you, Dr.
No, I think what she's saying is if you don't see it, then it's okay.
it's when you see it, you need to rush immediately to the hospital.
If you
That
can't
goes
see
for
the
every
tumor,
illness and
you're fine.
all right. Should we do this? By the way, the beer is excellent. Thank you.
Thank you. I
that's
appreciate that.
totally-
Oh, yeah. I'm loving
I was more
Totally
nervous
down
about
my-
bringing the right beer than I was about being on the show.
So we're gonna
I was like,
we'll do the
We're
show.
not-
We're probably not gonna talk too much about the beer during the show,
Right.
But at the end of the show, when we're done, we can all circle back and give our, how was the beer
Yes.
impressions,
I think that's a great idea.
and then we can have a second and third.
so I'm not going to be able to commandeer this and turn it into an episode of Every
So-
Thursday with two different hosts.
Wait a minute, the lineup is changing before our eyes.
yeah.
What's going
the Google
on?
Doc.
It's
We're
Uber
all-
Thursday.
we're
Woo!
crashing at Jammer B's, right? He
Yeah,
lives
right.
down the street.
Exactly.
So,
Oh, he'll be stoked.
there's
Pull out-
no reason to
Pull out
like
the
hold back.
spare bed, Jammerby.
Well, I have to say that I have
Sorry, Brady, Jammer B's.
more respect for Sarah Lane than ever because she's double fisting beer and margaritas, and that is win. That is just win.
I was about to say, have you ever met me? But you actually haven't.
I haven't.
Yeah, so
no,
no, exactly.
This is the first time, so I'm my impression of you is wonderful. I love you, and
Thank
yeah.
you.
I
I'm glad
insist
this is
that
all
we.
it took.
I insist that we go out drinking.
Just that's what they say.
Sounds
Just be
good.
yourself.
Well, I try.
Yeah.
I try, Tom.
I gotta say, I'm very fond, and then we'll start this. I'm very fond of the never-ending monitors behind.
Yeah, we used to try to frame that out, but it seems like every
I like
week
it.
with Darren on Mondays, it gets like farther and farther into the shot.
What's that? No, I like it actually. Maybe I shouldn't. Is it wrong of me
Now,
to like that?
the
I think it's
only
great.
thing I
can be
wonder about
distracting.
is if it's distracting.
It is
because it's so cool that that's all you look at. Possibly.
So anything you say will be forgotten because everybody's going to be looking at the monitor behind you.
Or you could take
That's
that
the
as a
monitor behind
positive.
you.
Yeah,
Like
that's
the
okay. That'll be good.
Don't worry
'cause
about what you say.
When I sit here with a dumb
can't possibly
expression on my
screw
face,
up.
like I have no idea what you're talking about, they'll be like, "Oh, look at the monitors.
You'll
They're
be
so pretty."
safe.
That's really cool.
Ooh, it starts with shiny stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Microcell go to hell is one of the title suggestions.
That's
Who's
good.
that person?
I was going to panic there for a second. I was pressing that button and a lot, and it wasn't playing.
I used one of my favorite shticks to
I know,
Drag it
you,
out.
You did
Drag
great.
that
Is that
out.
what was happening
Thank
there? Because
you.
I was like, I thought he was trying to tell you that you forgot something.
No, I have this little soundboard thing here, and I was hitting it, and it wasn't working. And then when I went directly to the software, and it still wouldn't work when I clicked on it.
that was the because I know you went the second time and you threw up your hands. I was like, uh-oh, this may not happen.
I thought maybe the music was going to have to be flown in at the end, but
Oh, we're gonna have to hum it.
Exactly.
Was that-
We'd have to do it
Hum
ourselves.
it.
we could do that, right?
I don't
Acapella?
hum or sing at exactly. So
It's me, Mario, in your face.
your
Always
face.
try.
I think I'll go with that as the title.
That was great.
So as not to insult anyone
You
who doesn't
really-
like the word
do you
HE.
honestly think Microsoft and Nokia are gonna team up?
I think it's possible. I really do. I do think it's possible. Yeah.
Absolutely honest.
I'd put the odds at like 47%.
Do you think all the underdogs are
Do you know
gonna
that 47
together
is the
and
most
make
randomly
a
used
album
word
now?
or number?
47?
47 is the most randomly used number. There's actually websites devoted to that.
I swear I thought it was 37.
No, it's 47. Because if you watch Star Trek,
That's the best response ever. Not, how do you know that? Or what the hell?
No,
I really thought it was 37.
No, I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's
Right.
true. I
No,
actually thought that 37 was one of those random numbers that people think of between 1 and 100 that doesn't really apply to anything.
no, it's actually 47. And Star Trek, the writers of Star Trek: The Next Generation actually were fans of that.
That
group.
meme.
Yeah, that meme. And so if you watch Star Trek, 47 is all the way through it. Same with Alias. J.J. Abrams,
Weird.
huge 47 fan.
And you know about 23?
Yes.
The whole myth, yeah, because that was why it was
Michael
included
Jordan.
as one of the numbers in Lost.
But like if
Best
you
b-ball player ever.
That's right.
if you watch Alias,
That's part of the whole. That's actually no, seriously. That is part of the whole
Is it?
23
Yeah?
mythology. Yeah.
if you watch Alias, all the Rimbaldi pages, number 47 was always a special page.
Okay.
So,
Weird.
yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
So I just thought that was funny when he said 47%. I was like, there it is again. It pops up all the. Once you start looking for it, you see it everywhere. It's creepy. So
I'm gonna start twittering you.
All right. Ready for the tease?
Go.
Coming up on Tech News today, Windows Phone 7 gets copy and paste. Sort of. Also, Verizon goes all Amazon on numbers. Mario gets 3D in your face, and Nokia's going to team up in Microsoft. Maybe. All that and more coming up next. Team up in Microsoft? That's kind of dirty. All right. Take 2.
Dirty tease for the win.
Coming up on Tech News today, Microsoft sending cut and paste to Windows Phone 7. Sort of. Also, Verizon's going all Amazon on their sales numbers. Nokia's going to team up with Microsoft. Maybe. And Mario is in your face. We'll tell you how next.
The beer is working.
exactly. I keep seeing that scroll through there. Yeah. I noticed a lot of beer. In
Nokia
the,
teams off in Microsoft.
Happy to see my beer people have come into the chat room.
How?
You want to watch the mail route ad real quick?
Yes.
Oh,
Let's play that
play
mail
that.
route ad for the
So good.
for the audience.
Let me find it here real quick. I think I have it here. Hold on one second.
Yes, I love that. Actually, I'm quite complimented by the idea that people in the chat room think because I had to do a second take, I'm tanked. Wow.
Trust me.
He's a consummate professional.
I've seen Tom. Pretty close, but not there. Tanked.
And this is nothing.
This is
Yeah.
dumb. I've known Tank Tom, and you, sir, are no Tank Tom.
This is Silver Tom.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Mail route ad.
Do you want maximum no spam? Are you tired of having minimum no spam? Welcome to mailroute.info. You're going to get maximum no spam. Quit being a sissy. We want maximum no spam for you at mailroute.info. You don't want it all up in your face yelling at you like some sort of deranged homeless person. No, mailroute.info. You can edit your MX record. Then you are taking it to the max. You're going to get maximum no spam. Mailroute.info. Thomas! Where's my pen, please? You're like, stop emailing me, mother. Mailroute.info. Try maximum no spam exercises like the quiet inbox. Mailroute.info. Quit being a sissy. Mailroute.info. It sticks a stick of dynamite in spam's mouth and throws it off a bridge and watches it explode. Trademark.
Oh my God.
That is awesome.
I am so happy that was just a chest high picture of Tom.
That's actually Daniel Radcliffe's body, but you know what? I still know what you mean.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Tom's beard. Quit yelling me, mother.
I wrote back, Brian Brushwood and Justin Robert Young sent that to me and Tom Johnson from Mail Route this morning, and I wrote back. I was like, I said, my mother will be so proud. Tom Johnson responded, my mother would lose her.
That's excellent.
Can I get anybody else a beer? Another beer?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm working on mine.
Chat room.
Just
You
finish
were
my
one.
margarita.
You were
Get
one
anyone
ahead,
a beer?
Anybody in the chat room on a beer?
Who in the chat
Ginger
room
beer?
would like a liquid?
A liquid beverage.
You just raise your hand.
You know, you guys should
we'll,
do
FedEx it.
a root beer episode.
We've actually talked about that. Root beer and cider. We want to do
or
a cider
ginger
episode.
beer.
Well, yeah, ginger beer. There's a lot of different types of them, and I'm actually doing a new audio show with Dr. Bill. So if you watch New Beer Thursday, you know who Dr. Bill is.
Yeah.
We're doing a new audio show that's based more on education versus just partying, and so we're it's like one's really
That's
fun
no
and one's really
fun.
educational, but we're making it more fun because we want to do like those kind of things where we start. Bringing in different types of beer, different types of beverages.
That'd be a great idea.
I am going to steal that temptation.
Now, I want to apologize because I know you were putting some of these in the in the fridge earlier, and I imagine you probably saw all the Coors Light.
I didn't actually. I can't. I am incapable of seeing
up,
Coors Light
Oh, it's
now.
like you don't see color.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't see
I don't see
bad
Coors
beer.
Light, right.
It just doesn't appear to you.
Process.
It's like
When people
font
come over and
nerds were
offer
like,
me one, it's like their hand is empty, and I'm like, "What are you talking about? Go away. Get me a beer. Run along." So,
The reason our fridge is full of Coors Light is because my brother-in-law, Kevin Seibert, attorney at law,
Esquire.
when he came out for Thanksgiving, we went to the store to get some beer, and we got some really good beer. And then for some reason he said, "Well, a lot of times I like to have, just a lighter beer. Can I get this Budweiser special? What is it? What is it that?"
Oh, the Budweiser wheat.
No, it's not Budweiser wheat. It's like Budweiser Signature or something.
Oh, there's the Bud American.
Yeah,
their American
it's like
Signature
their
series.
And I was like, yeah, that's fine, because Budweiser I can actually somewhat tolerate because I'm from St. Louis, but they couldn't ring it up, and so he's like, oh, well, I'll just go get something else, and he got a 24-pack of Coors Light. I was like,
that's so sad. Well, that's why New Beer Thursday exists. It's not. We don't want to be beer snobs. We're not trying to say like, oh, you're a bad person if you drink Coors Light. Our stance on that is that if you like Coors Light, if that's your beverage of choice, you enjoy drinking it, more power to you. Have fun with it. Enjoy it responsibly. But
you're bringing new beers to the general
we want people
public.
to realize that right now there's over 1,700 craft breweries in the United States alone, and so your choices are so huge. And the problem that I have with Coors Light, the reason I get finicky about Coors Light is because they are out to prevent you from finding out about those choices. They're not happy with the 98% of the market that they have.
Right.
They want that last 2%, and it's like, no, you can't have it, and I will fight you for it.
So when I'm out for my nephew's graduation in May in Greenville, and I'm at my sister's house, do you support me just subscribing him to New Brew Thursday without his knowledge?
I support everyone subscribing everyone they know to New Brew Thursday without their knowledge.
You have a computer at work. You have a computer at home. Subscribe
Exactly.
in both places.
If you work at a computer lab, contact me.
Right. I will send you a case of beer.
Exactly. I will make it worth your while.
I like Big Grease says, I'm drinking vanilla Budweiser right now. Plain Bud, not vanilla flavored.
Nice.
I'm happy that he cleared that up, actually.
Well, here's a piece of education for you. How many turns in a cage, Tom? You see these corked and cage battles?
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Six. There's always 6. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Why is that?
It's
just
a
how
Belgian
it is. It's the
standard.
same with
It's just a
champagne,
thing.
Belgian
actually.
standard, yeah.
Yeah.
In
There's
fact,
no
it's
story
also a
behind
way
it or
of telling if you're not getting a good quality beer if they have too many, because they don't understand what they're doing.
Ah,
But
okay.
it's like a Belgian standard. So
It's like spelling on a resume.
yeah,
Doesn't necessarily mean they're not talented, but it's sort of a weeding factor.
exactly.
They may not have done their research.
So this is actually
The number of fingers on his hand, says Dr. Baum. I can attest that is not true.
nice. I only have. I'm normal.
5 on each.
Not that it's abnormal. Not that there's anything wrong with having 6 fingers. So, I don't want to offend any
Well,
6-fingered people out
unless
there.
you're Inigo Montoya.
Well, if you have 6 fingers, you could donate a thumb to the Android robot.
Then you'd have no thumb.
Yeah. You got to
You'd
keep at
only,
least
you'd only
your
have
thumb.
5
Yeah,
fingers.
you need an opposable
How do
digit.
you know you need a thumb? Do you have 5 fingers?
I don't know. I look at chimps without opposable thumbs, and I think,
I
I'm
think
really glad I
if
have
I
it.
just had one more finger, I could do anything better.
I think we've decided that
Opposable.
That gripping thing seems to come in
human. It's the
handy.
opposable
You
thumbs.
can grip with your palm. I mean,
All we do is type. Come on.
Exactly.
I don't grip anything anymore anyway.
What? Name the last thing you picked up.
Well, the best part is, as you said that, and I realized the ridiculousness of the question, I'm still answering it. I think the last thing I picked up was this laptop.
I'm gonna say last
Actually,
thing
it was probably this beer.
Yeah,
Joke.
I suppose without my thumb, I could do this on a stemmed glass. But
Right.
you know, with the other one, you're kind of on your
Oh,
own.
yeah.
Is one of these mine?
Yes, you can. Well, you want the Anchor, or you want the?
No,
other one of
I
these?
know
Okay.
Anchor. I'll have another one of these. This is fantastic. Dogfish Head, Palo Santo Marron, malt beverage aged on Palo Santo wood. What is Palo Santo wood? It's a brown ale. I get that, and
Right.
it tastes divine.
The Palo Santo. I'm not really an expert on what Palo Santo wood is. I will say that I've been to the Dogfish Head Brewery, and the Palo Santo wood fermenters are these huge. They're probably about 30 or 40 feet high, and they brought them in and had them custom made to age this particular beer, and it does create just an amazing wood flavor on the back end of that beer. So, but I haven't actually ever looked into what Palo Santo is.
It's apparently
Palo Santo-
Paraguayan, according to the
Paraguayan,
bottle.
Is the 4th full length by indie rock band Shearwater, according to Wikipedia.
Always with the
It's
music
also a
information.
heartwood of
That's
tree
awesome.
species.
Yes.
But
Palo Santo.
Now, they sound all exotic, right? You know, Palo Santo wood. And then on their description, they say, it's all very exciting. We have wood. Now you do too.
Yeah, the craft beer community is kind of into the double entendre. They like that an awful lot. So
double entendre, what are you talking about?
They just mean that now I have the taste of their wood
Yeah,
in my mouth.
I know.
Oh my
what are you talking
gosh.
that just okay now.
Wow.
Can explain it to a
So
5-year-old.
I was told I couldn't say anything I couldn't explain to a 5-year-old.
Can't explain it.
Tom's good at that. I just said things that are true.
Exactly.
Double entendres aside.
And an occasional pun here and there.
I'm just so happy I kept my mouth clean. Normally,
That's what Palo Santo said.
normally I have John Holzer to edit me extensively on Newber Thursday. So with this, I was a little more concerned.
Amazed no one has excused themselves to go to the restroom yet. Says Web
No, you don't want to
708.
open the
We're
floodgates.
professional
Yeah.
beer drinking podcasters.
Once you open
All
the
right.
floodgates, you're in the bathroom for the rest of the night.
It's the broken seal.
That's right.
You
You
break
gotta
the
keep it
seal
closed.
and then you're peeing every 30 minutes.
Yep.
If not more.
That's
Depends on the size
an
of your
educational
bladder.
tip to the newbie
So I
drinkers. Educational tip to the newbie drinkers.
I noticed that Eric had to leave the room.
Well, Eric is a newbie. Yeah.
He's
His
so
reputation.
Fat emo kid.
Eric's reputation is widely exaggerated.
Eric, by the way, is Fat Emo Kid for anybody who has seen him in the chat room.
Fat
or
with
on
a
Twitter.
PH, so cool
PHAT.
emo kid.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, we went out. We had beers last night at Russian River, and then he convinced me to go back for margaritas. And once the margarita train started, I was pretty gone. So
Web 9927. That's just seeing the downside of everything.
you're a glass half empty kind of guy.
You
aren't
really are.
What did Web
He said, "Hooray for urinary infections,"
Oh.
because we're not going to the bathroom.
Right.
We're not saying we're straining against it.
We're
Just
just-
saying we don't
we're
need
just-
to.
We've
Exactly.
conditioned ourselves to be able to sit
Welcome
comfortably.
to-
We're
This
choosing
week
to deal with
urinating.
it later.
Right.
Yeah.
Web 5315 actually
With
brought
the
up Sati,
infections.
which is another Dogfish Head beer. And
Oh, yeah?
that's actually brewed off of a Finnish style called Sati, which doesn't use hops. It uses a mesh of juniper to bitter the beer. So, but of course, Sati in this
So
country.
does it have a gin-like flavor?
No, it's actually, well, the Sati that Dogfish Head makes also includes chai tea. So it's very
Oh, wow.
refreshing, and it
Uh-huh.
actually has it goes great with like lemon pepper rolls, but they're required to put some hops in there because of a U.S. law that for beer requires hops. So there's just
What would it
enough
be?
hops.
I'm just curious. What would it be if it didn't include the hops?
It would be more of, well, that would be
What would they be
the Sati's
forced
a
to
style.
market at?
Well, I don't think that. Well, that's a good question. I
Yeah.
have to figure that out because
All right.
I'm not even sure they're allowed, if they're considered a brewery based on their licensing.
Uh-huh.
They wouldn't be allowed to make it.
Would it be a spirit? Though?
No, it
Is
would
that-
be more of a gruit, or with
Okay.
this particular
What's
one,
a
it would
gruit?
be a gruit is a beer with no hops. So,
But is there a license to make gruit?
well, you know, the brewery in Orange County made a gruit recently,
Okay.
but they didn't bottle it or sell it. It was only in their tasting room.
Interesting.
And so, but yeah, it was, and I just like saying gruit. So, But
I had
so
no
mean,
idea
there's-
such a thing existed. That's pretty
Yeah,
interesting.
and then there's meads, which were also made
Right,
before
okay.
hops
Yeah,
were,
yeah,
because
yeah.
they went a long time before they figured out that this wonderful hop flower actually did some amazing things to the beer. So
Right.
I'm going to go ahead and say that
This is a
one
malt liquor, by the
that's
way,
on
so
the
I will
screen,
be
the
fighting
Pliny the
people.
Elder. I'm looking for that because it's delicious.
you will find it everywhere around here.
Pliny the
you'll get
Elder
it
is pretty
fresh.
easy to find.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I've never
Yeah.
had it. Never
Oh,
heard
really?
of it.
Yeah.
You ever go to Toronado? They've got Pliny the Elder.
Do they? Yeah.
And for the next 2 weeks, they'll have
Right across
Pliny
from
the
where
Younger.
Veronica used to live.
Lucky 13, I think, has Pliny the Elder.
Yeah. Any bottle shop around here is going to carry it. 'Cause
Cool.
they're- Yeah.
I will look for it.
I've
It's-
seen
it's
it.
only in the
I've
refrigerator
seen it
section.
in like stores in
yeah.
San Francisco on stores that have a wider selection, but not necessarily specialty stores, but stores that they carry more than Bud and Coors. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
stuff.
No, this is my kind of IPA because there are some IPAs that are just
You did
too
a
over the top
fantastic
of it.
job because
Thank you. I appreciate
that dialed right into it.
Jason is like raving over that. This Dogfish Head is like right up my alley, which you probably, knowing that I like Guinness and
Right.
Maui Brewing and Newcastle and all that,
page
like
for the
this is brilliant. Are you as
I love
as
my
thrilled?
Midas touch.
Yeah.
I love it. No,
Well, I'm very
honestly,
happy. I was, like I told them before, I was more worried about hitting the beer right than I was sitting here with a dumb look on my face the entire show.
But I think, it speaks to his beer knowledge that everyone is like, we love
Yeah,
our beer. This
absolutely.
is the best beer ever.
Which I also must hasten to say, you were fantastic on the show.
Yep.
yes.
Oh, thank you.
You
I
sure
appreciate
were.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're great.
I'm always willing to be on, so just let me know.
You are sucked into the rotation now, my friend.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
Too bad for
I
you.
can't always drive
You
up
say
and bring
that
Too bad
now.
for you. I'm
Yeah.
calling
You
every
say
other
that
day.
now.
That's how I roll.
I can't always drive up and bring beer since it's a 7-hour
No, we'll
drive,
have to have you on
but-
Skype sometimes. I understand.
Yeah.
Maybe Tom shouldn't have said that.
No,
He's like,
no, I don't.
Oh, you're out of the rotation now.
You were okay on the show.
I will overnight beer.
Don't.
Chat room, I don't want to put you on the spot, but so you don't have to say anything negative because I know you know like, oh, I don't want to insult the guy. But if you liked Darth Weef, if you liked Steven Johnson on the show,
Oh God.
say cheers in the chat room.
That's all we
Please
need.
feel free to insult me too. I love that as well.
Miss M, I know you love say cheers. Look at that. Look at
Oh,
that.
it's all coming through. Yay.
Look at that.
Yay.
And darn it, people like me.
That's right.
Just take a look at the
you
chat
like
room.
him. You really like
I like
him.
the one he
Cheers
sucked.
to the chat room.
Nice.
If you
sucked,
want
nice.
me to, I will export this roll of video
Sorry,
and give
Darth
it
Emma.
to you. And every morning when you wake up, you can watch this. This will get you ready
This
for the
is
day
my
right
affirmation
here.
for the day. So,
Look at that. It's still going.
That's awesome. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that.
No, you were great. You were really good.
So, beer for everybody in the chat room.
Woo!
And that's signified by me typing in beer
I like
in all
Robert,
caps.
not enough fat emo kid.
Well, you're not staying with him, Robert. Some of us are getting too much fat emo kid.
That's the beer talking. Also true.
No, I love Fat Emo Kid, and that's why I think it was. I never actually told you guys I was bringing him, but I think it was understood because we don't ever come to San Francisco without each other. It's kind of become a thing.
Now, where does Fat Emo Kid reside?
He's in Redondo Beach.
Okay,
Okay,
everyone
so you
stop
guys-
writing
you
cheers.
guys are-
Give Darth Emma a break.
You guys are your neighbors down there. Mm-hmm. Got it.
We hang out. He's been on the show. He's been
I
on
love
New Thursday a couple of times.
Redondo.
Yeah,
I kind of miss it sometimes.
and no, I won't give his actual address out, stalkers.
You could find it if you really want.
Yeah, seriously. Well, just
He'll probably. I mean, give him a beer.
find a
and he'll
local
tell you.
tequila bar in Redondo Beach, and you're bound to see him stumble in one time and just follow him home. So
And buy you a shot of tequila.
I loved it when
Exactly.
you guys walked in. It was like an hour until our show prep, and Tom and I were like, "Yay, everybody's here!" But we need like half an hour to kind of do some more stuff before the show.
sit in
And
the
Fat
corner and
Emo
shut
Kid
up.
is like, "So tequila." So who wants a drink? Oh, we do. Like in 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
I'm pouring right now.
So Sarah, tequila. And finally, I went, "Okay,
Yeah, okay.
let's do it."
Let's do it.
It was good. It was a good drink.
Oh.
Well, he knows his tequila.
Yes, Blarg. I know I look like Paul Giamatti. In fact, that was back in the Facebook meme where you had to change your profile picture to your Paul Giamatti was
Right.
my
That
one
was
I
that
chose,
was
yeah.
the.
I've
You
been
know
told
who
that
else
by a
looks
lot
like
of
Paul
people.
Giamatti?
Oh, I sure do, and he doesn't like it when I say it.
Really? Oh, I say it to him all the time.
You
well,
do?
I mean, I don't see him all the time, but I
You
have
have
said it
said
to
that?
him many times. Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's never mentioned that to me. Every time I say it,
Because he
he's
knows
like,
you work with him.
We're talking about Russ Pitts, former line producer of The Screensavers, and now head of video at The Escapist.
I mean, it's not just the physical
I think
attributes. It's the demeanor.
If you took Russ Pitts and crossed him with Steven,
if you watch Sideways,
We would be the ultimate Paul
might-
Giamatti.
Russ Pitts.
We'd be a super Paul Giamatti.
yeah. No, the
want a cape for
sideways apology. I think that's why he gets upset. He doesn't mind being compared to Paul
he's
Giamatti,
the protagonist
but
in the movie.
sideways Paul Giamatti particularly is the one that bugs him.
Why? Because he's
'Cause it's
erotic and
That's excellent. I always get told I'm the
it's-
blue Paul Giamatti from that movie.
And
he
now
was
he's
with-
gonna
with
someone's gonna
Malcolm in the Middle.
clip this and send it to him, and he's gonna hate me. But no, Russ. I've known Russ for longer than he worked at Tech TV. I'm very happy for
Tom
him.
and Russ go back to Texas.
We did. We worked at Half Price Books together. That's how we met. And then we started doing a television show together in Austin on Access TV. We did some plays together. And then right before our second play that we wrote together was going on stage, I very rudely left town and went to work at ZDTV in San Francisco.
How could you?
And the only way I
wrong
could
with
make
you,
it up
Tom?
to him
Could
was
you
to
do-
hire him as a web producer, which I did within a month, 2 weeks of him being hired as a web producer. They hired him as a line producer for Screensavers and took him off my web team.
And
I think it was a month.
He was a line producer when I was hired a year or so later. And Russ and I had some shaky beginnings as friends, but he ended up being one of my favorite people. And I was really bummed when he quit.
He was one of the few people who would yell in Leo Laporte's ear.
He threw a pen at me once.
Yeah.
In the
Sounds very
control room.
violent and
He threw, a
unstable.
pen, he threw a pen at my head. I ducked.
He had a very angry time in San Francisco for many reasons. And then when he left, he is most famous for
Eagle
writing
Seaman.
the Eagle Seaman memo.
It's the Eagle Seaman memo. Anyone who's
In fact, I'm
who's
on.
followed any of us or all of us knows about this memo, has heard about this memo. Leo and I have talked about it on iPad today, in fact, because it comes up that often. That's how great this email was. It's one of the best exit, I'm out of here emails that has ever been written.
Well, going back to you offering him a job as a web producer because you offended him, if I claim offense,
Yeah.
do I get offered a job as a web producer? I produced the web.
No, I
I was like,
offered him-
no, shut up.
I offered him a job as a web producer because he had his own website and he was good at television and
Well,
he
and
knew
back then,
technology
that was, like,
I thought
massive.
and in 1999 when this job opened, it was really hard to find people.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, Russ, you'd be great for this. Come on out.
I could show you the website I had in 1999, but you wouldn't hire me for it. That's
If
for sure.
if you search Eagle Seaman Russ Pitts, you will find many
Really?
references.
well, you know who still has the email in its entirety?
Who?
I'll give you one guess. Who is the kind of person who would save something like that?
Ken Marcus.
No.
'Cause
Okay,
he
I'll
was-
give you two
He was
guesses.
named to that email. No, I don't know.
David Prager.
Oh, Prager.
David Prager has, because if we were to be out at a bar, let's say that we were somewhere besides in the Twitch studio right now, and be like, what a great email. No, what did it say exactly? Prager would be like, give me 5 seconds, and then he'd have it on his phone.
Now the way that this
No,
the other
seriously.
the slightly interesting side note to this story, the way this became public knowledge was that David Miller, the man who hired me at ZDTV, who was the former ZDTV.com vice president, was working at Salon at the time, got a hold of the email somehow. I don't know how he got a hold of it. Someone probably forwarded it to him.
Right.
And he wrote an article on Salon quoting it in its entirety. And he called the article The Art of Office Email War. And that article is still up on Salon, actually.
Really?
If you search The Art of Office Email War, you'll find it by David Miller. David called me at the time and asked me to comment. And I was like, well,
No comment. No comment. You
no,
gotta put your hand in
I was
front
like,
of
I
the camera.
don't.
Well,
No, there's no alcohol over here. It's fine. Don't look at this in this direction.
Yeah.
You have tequila. What are you complaining about?
I know, I had wine. I've got a conference call at 5. I'm going to be like, how's it going?
Our CEO, ladies and gentlemen.
Lisa Kensel.
Can I just say I love Lisa?
Yes.
She's one of us.
I love you guys.
There's so much. It's so cool.
Yeah, this is going up.
I was so certain. I'm like, okay, Leo is going to never allow me in the studio again. So I was really happy when I found out he was on vacation. So.
Here, I got the David. Yeah, he called me and asked for comments, and I was like, David, I'll give you background stuff, but I don't really want to be quoted in the story.
Yeah, really.
Oh.
That's it, everybody.
Yeah, this is the awkward silence where we decide, like, it's done. We have extended this beyond what we can do.
As soon as Lisa said, wait till we show this to Leo, we all went, oh.
It's like, oh, awkward. Awkward silence. V2DMN. You want beer recommendations? You got to tell me what style you like.
Doug Rooney, I think there are a few Twit drinking games, especially for This Week in Tech, the show.
What are the drinking games?
Yeah, do a search.
That's.
Mm,
You don't want to talk about
That's all parts of the wiki.
I don't want to talk about
8% style.
I would rather be commented on background.
What part of the country are you? VE2DMN? How do you deal with all these like chat names that like
You just do your best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the Jägermeister episode Create ID was a little bit of theater. Neither Leo or I drank a whole lot of Jägermeister. We were good at pretending to.
Well, if you are doing anything that requires any sort of coherence, you have to pretend to drink Jägermeister. You cannot actually drink it.
Right. Ravenscroft, Schwood was raving to me on the phone yesterday about his Justin TV streaming experience. Apparently, it's really good.
And I can't. Nice. Screw you, ball. V2DMN. If you're anywhere near Surrey, I would so recommend that you check out the Red Racer beer. It comes in a can. It's an IPA. It's a beautiful beer. But Canada craft brewing is really coming together, especially in the Vancouver area. So
I have the email.
Uh-oh.
When someone at Gizmodo ticks you off, drink. Every time Leo says he will edit something out and doesn't, get a liver donor.
Nice.
When Dvorak complains about something, take a drink. When Dvorak makes a crazy prediction about Apple, take a drink. When Leo gets a new computer, Mac or otherwise, get a liver donor. When the topic is a Windows virus, take a drink. When someone makes a prediction about Dig getting sold, take a drink. When the topic is about Google acquiring someone, take a drink. This is kind of dated, I think. Every time Windows Vista gets a new virus.
The infamous Eagle Seaman email. I won't read the whole thing because
Dramatic
I don't
reading
from Sarah Lane.
I'll read the part that really resonated.
Well, let's ask.
Yes.
Type yes in the chat room.
Yeah. If you don't want to hear it, then I won't bother.
Yeah, we imagine you totally don't want to hear a chat room.
There's enough yeses. You can stop typing yes.
Now.
That's good.
Oh, hey, then it explodes.
Darth Emma will kill me if you don't stop typing yes.
To whom it may concern, i.e. friends and coworkers. Boy, how these past 2 years have flown by. It seems like only 745 days ago I first walked through these doors. Then I was a relatively inexperienced young man, fresh off the bridge with dreams of making it into the fast, glittering world of technology television. Now, as you are probably all aware, I couldn't care less if the entire building spontaneously filled with Eagle Seaman.
Wow. Just wow.
And hence the name.
And the paragraphs go on. But if you can just grasp how epic this email would have been to an entire corporation. By the way, this was Tech TV All, which included about 400 people. And no one had ever done this before. So he sent the email and walked out. And as he walked out and the door slammed behind him, someone said, "Who's Russ Pitts?"
Wow, that's fail.
No, it was great. Well, a lot of us didn't know each other. You know, it was a big company. It was television.
Why would it spontaneously fill with Eagle Seaman?
He didn't care if it did.
Because
he didn't say it would.
It didn't say it was
But
going to
it's
happen.
like, even if that happened, I wouldn't care.
Yeah. That's how much I'm leaving.
Yeah, exactly.
Just the best.
If you go to Vimeo and search Subbrilliant TV, you'll find all 6 episodes of the Subbrilliant television that Russ and I produced. Trying to find his website on archive.org from that era.
Well, I hate to say it, but 4 o'clock is my limit. There you go.
No worries. No, well, yeah, you should have been gone a long time ago.
I know, but
Get out of here.
I couldn't possibly leave this.
How could you leave this?
Plus, I've been doing some of my work that I would do upstairs down here. So,
Oh, okay. Well,
you know,
that works.
that-
still getting stuff done.
Yeah.
Yeah, the publishing and the the editing and the
All right. I will see y'all later. Thank you, chat room.
goodbye.
Hi, Jason.
Not a moment too soon. I've only got 6% left.
Oh, here.
That's all right.
Charge up.
I'll charge up later.
I'm good.
So
I have so many bottles and
I'm 99%.
I won't turn away
glasses
your
to
power.
carry with me. I don't know.
This was
Absolutely
more fun
nothing.
than anything I've ever done in my entire life. Well, that's not true, but it was right up there. It's in my top 10.
Yeah?
Yeah.